Hi Sagittarius, hope you're well. This is your eclipse season reading, your eclipse message. You have major arcana, or the major theme for your eclipse season is justice. Divine justice is at play in your life, Sagittarius. The message on the card is the Pharaoh upholds cosmic laws, ensuring fairness and order prevail in the kingdom's governance and justice system. So justice is at play in your life, Sagittarius, and this is in order to bring your world or your kingdom into order and divine justice. So if you've been experiencing things that haven't been going in your favor, or you feel as though it's been unfair or unjust, I feel for you, this is a period where you will be receiving your divine justice. And this is because you have followed certain cosmic laws, universal laws, and you've been fair in a situation. So you will be experiencing divine justice in your favor. Remember, as within, so without, whatever you put out is received from you or received by you. So just know that if you have been just and fair, know that this energy will be returning to you and in your favor. All right, Sagittarius, let's get some moon energy cards for you. We'll get 2 of these and then we'll tap in with the tarot to find out what is really going on for you this eclipse season. It's wrapping up now, but the messages are still very potent. All right, this is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Sagittarius, what do you need to know, or what has been the theme or major learning for you in this eclipse season? Okay, Sagittarius, divine justice. Okay, so it's looking like your justice is leading you to some beautiful abundance. Lovely. So by you being just and true, this is orchestrating or aligning you with divine abundance. So we have a moon rising, truth, and we have domicile moon, abundance. Bottom of the deck is communicate. All right, so there's something here that you know about. There may be something here that you know about that you're being guided to speak up on. This is going to bring justice for you or for another person or persons. By you speaking up, speaking your truth, this is going to open the doors for abundance to come in. The universe loves authenticity. The universe loves authentic energy. So when you're true to yourself, remember truth, when you're true to yourself, you will be rewarded. And it's looking like that is exactly what is going to be taking place for you, Sagittarius. But you must communicate. You must take a risk and speak up for yourself. We have communicate and take a risk. Patience, release blocks, changes. So there may be someone in your life that is literally deliberately trying to cause blockages for you because you are wanting to live in your truth. You've had to be patient to weigh out the situation. All right, what I'm picking up for you, Sagittarius, is that you have fallen back into your comfort zone. You may have retracted back to an old person, place or thing that you find secure or familiar, let's say. This is something from the old that you've retracted back to, or you were obliged to. Perhaps you were pressured into returning back to something or someone that is actually a blockage in your life. So you have been patient because you're wanting to make changes. You've been following certain signs and synchronicities that are guiding you in making certain changes in regards to people, places and things that you entertain. So you're having more patience with yourself, but by doing so, you are being prepared to take a risk, take a leap of faith into something new, not the familiar, not the old that you always return to, because you're aware now that this old thing, person, place is actually a blockage or a hindrance in your life and in your growth. So you are being guided to communicate your truths. Your truths could be that you're not interested in this person, or your truth could be that you're trying to ascend and become a better person. Whatever it is for you, you're needing to speak up and communicate this truth This is going to open the doors of abundance for you, Sagittarius. All right, and this is going to be the judgment call that you make. So you need to make a judgment call, I feel, and this judgment call will be from you speaking up and speaking your truth, speaking up for yourself. Communication is needed in this situation to bring about justice, but it's all about your judgment. It's your judgment call. You need to make this judgment using your discernment, using your intuition. But I feel you already know what the truth is in this situation, that this is all to do with some form of abundance or money or financial gain. But you are being heavily protected. You have heavy protection around you. So perhaps you may have been okay, what I'm picking up is these people from your past have not got your best interests at heart. Their focus is abundance. This could be your abundance, your finances. This is what they've got their eye on. So it's now time for you to make a judgment call by watching for the signs, following the signs, slow, methodical movement by being patient, but taking a leap of faith, taking a risk. This risk is going to lead to your success, to your victory. The card's saying go for it. So you're going through some form of shadow work. You're having to look at yourself truthfully. We have the card truth here. You're being guided to take a look at yourself from a truthful stance. Look at every angle of yourself and be honest with yourself. By being honest with yourself, you will then be able to take a leap of faith in the direction that you know you need to go in, or you're being guided to go in. And this is going to lead to changes, positive changes. So whatever it is that you've agreed to doing, I feel this was part of your shadow. So this was part of your ego side, or this was part of the side of you like that you don't really show the world. This could be your insecurities. Your shadow is your insecurities. Perhaps you were, I'm not going to say manipulated, because this was your choice. It was your decision. But perhaps you were gaslit. You were gaslighted, or you were guilted, or you felt obliged to return back to something in your past that is not in alignment with your future and where you're being guided to go. This was your shadow. Perhaps you struggle with speaking up for yourself, and that you kind of just agree just to keep the peace. So you're needing to work on your shadows and accept responsibility for the situation you're finding yourself in at this time, Sagittarius. Once you do that, this is you making a judgment call, accepting responsibility, making a final decision, making that judgment call, and then making the changes, adapting to changes that will lead you towards something that is going to be very beneficial for you. That's what I'm getting for you, Sagittarius. It's but whatever this thing is, you're being guided to go for it. Accept responsibility and go for it. Go for these changes. Avoid drama. Process your feelings and avoid drama. Follow your intuition, because you're going through a major transformation at this time, and this transformation will lead you to healing, but also abundance and a reason to celebrate. All right, so that's a little channeled message for you just with these oracle cards. Let's tap in with some tarot now to find out what's really going on for you, or what has been going on for you in this eclipse season. So this is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. What is the major focus for my Sagittariuses in regards to this judgment, sorry. Or justice. In regards to this justice. And where that card came from, I don't think that's your major arcana. Yours is justice. So there is some form of judgment call that you need to make, because that card shouldn't even be in your reading. But that is a message for you, that you need to make a judgment call. You need to finally decide on something, and this will be bringing in your justice. We have the Hierophant, so there's some form of commitment that needs to be made. Yep, judgment call and commitment. Hierophant. And we have the Sun. Leo energy. We have Temperance and we have the Six of Wands. So by this situation being balanced out, it's going to bring some form of success and a victory. The Hierophant and the Sun. Sorry, Saggies, bear with me 1 second. Sorry about that, Saggies, I'm back. That may actually tie in with your reading. It was the postman. It was a bit late today. So you may be receiving some form of communication that will support you in moving forward. And as I say that, we have the Eight of Wands with the Ace of Cups. Communication is needed. There's some form of message or communication that needs to be had in order for you to move forward into a beautiful new cycle of love, whether this is self-love or divine love, you having divine love or a love for a counterpart. But we'll tap in a little bit more for you, Saggies. So you have Justice, cosmic laws, upholding cosmic laws to ensure fairness and order prevail in the kingdom. And I feel that you speaking up will bring about this sense of justice. So what I was saying is there's some form of victory or success taking place for a Leo, I feel, that is heavily protected. They're in the balanced energy right now with Temperance. This may be someone that you have love for with the Ace of Cups and that you're needing to communicate this to them. Eight of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Knight of Swords, Nine of Swords. Okay, what I'm picking up now is you may have been pulled into a situation that involved some form of slander or some form of betrayal. This is causing you anxiety and sleepless nights because you know that you shouldn't have been involved in this situation. Nine of Pentacles, that came out in reverse, so that's a sense of codependency. So perhaps you have been people pleasing the wrong people. Yeah, Ace of Swords is the truth. We have the Strength card, Leo energy again. That's reconfirming that we're talking about a Leo here. And we have the Page of Cups. Okay, what I'm picking up is there's some form of truth that has come out and you need to speak up. You're holding back on some information that is it's necessary to close the cycle and to begin a new abundant cycle for yourself. For some reason, well, it's not for some reason, I feel as though you've been codependent on someone that has been manipulating or getting you on side is what I'm feeling. Getting you on side to talk about this Leo or this person that shines a beautiful light. It could even be a Taurus. So you find this Taurus or Leo, you may be in love with this Taurus or Leo, and this is the truth that you're needing to communicate. You need to accept responsibility and speak up for yourself instead of people pleasing. So this people pleasing is causing you anxiety and sleepless nights because you know it's not resonating, it's not aligning with your truth. You're being guided to speak up, speak your truth. So this may be involving a Taurus or a Leo. I'm going to say feminine energy. I feel feminine energy. I feel I'm talking to a masculine, but obviously flip the roles if needed. We have the Knight of, you are being guided to express your love towards either this Leo or this Taurus. We have the Hermit and the Two of Cups. What I'm picking up as well is that there's a secret relationship here. There's a relationship that it's private, Hermit energy, or it could be with a Virgo. You're in a relationship with a Virgo, but you're secretly loving someone else, is what I'm getting, Sagittarius. So you're being guided to speak your truth. So you're in love with a twin flame. That's why you feel that passionate, strong connection. You feel that inseparable connection with your kingdom spouse, but you're entertaining something that you're not even interested in. So you're being guided to speak up, speak your truth, bring justice into the situation, because it's not very fair that you're in love with someone else, but you're with another person. Like, there has to be some form of balance and justice involved, and this is what this eclipse season is bringing for you. You were blindfolded. or you weren't using your intuition in regards to the direction that you were supposed to go in. And I feel as though you chose someone that you're not aligned with. We also have the Emperor and the Page of Pentacles. You may have been blindsided by a masculine figure, a male figure in your life. This could be a father figure or someone that's very controlling, dominant energy. It could be Aries energy, Taurus. But this person blindfolded you or made you doubt your intuition, or, you know, covered the truth somehow. So you would go in another direction. You would invest in something that is not aligned with you. But you're really wanting to express your love to this soulmate or this person that you see as solid, stable and secure long term. All right, so you got to accept responsibility, Sagittarius. No one, you know, held a gun to your head. You are your own person. You have, you know, the last say in your life. So speak up. That's the message that's coming through constantly. Speak up for yourself. It's your life. We have the Knight of Pentacles, Taurus energy again. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But this is the slowest energy in the deck. So I feel as though the direction that you were guided to go towards is actually causing delays and slowing you down. Remember, we spoke of blockages earlier. It says release the blockages. So this person that you chose, or the direction you chose to go in, is actually causing you more delays. It's slowing you down. Eight of Swords and the World. It's trapping you, but this is coming to an end, and I feel it will come to an end when you speak up for yourself. So you've been in some form of mental prison or some form of entrapment. I keep hearing this word, entrapment. But this cycle is closing out, or by you speaking up, this will close out the cycle. Now you're in the energy of regret, remorse. You may even be grieving the loss of someone else. Okay, so you're feeling regret or remorse for playing mind games, trying to win at all costs. So you weren't thinking of love, or whoever's involved wasn't thinking of love. It was all a competition. It was all a game to them to get one up. This is a Page of Wands, so this could be a very young fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that has been in competition with you. So whoever advised you to go in the direction that you went in, it was a game, it was a tactic of theirs. It was jealousy, evil eye that was leading them to sway you away from this person that you were aligned to be with. Death card. Now this person is going through a major transformation, or this whole situation is going to be transformed. Death and rebirth. We are in rebirth season. We're now in Aries season, which is the very beginning of the zodiac wheel again. So all this energy should have died and been transmuted and transformed into something more positive and more aligned with you, or with who you're aspiring to be. But we have the Four of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel there's some binding going on here. Four of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Tell me about that, please, Spirit. Four of Pentacles. This can also represent that regardless as to what's been going on, that your destiny is set, your destiny is secure with the Four of Pentacles. Because in this deck, the Four of Pentacles actually represents you standing on the shoulders of your ancestors. Your ancestors have got you, and they are securing or holding down something that is destined for you with the karmic wheel. This is fated. It's a fated event that is secure. This situation's locked down for you, but it's time to move forward with the Ace of Wands. It's action time. In the right direction this time, by you speaking up your truth, communication, bringing about divine justice, being fair, being just. We have the Queen of Swords here. Who's this person? And we have the Star card. King of Swords, Four of Cups, Two of Pentacles. So yeah, this is counterparts. So this fire sign, I feel, is now in the energy of the Queen of Swords. They're having to be kind of cutthroat and, you know, focused. They have to be focused, not having any emotions involved in the situation, because there's been a lot of betrayals around this person. So they can't really allow their emotions to sway their decisions. This needs to be logical. And this is the result of this deception that's been going on around them, not only from these third parties, but even from you. If you were supposed to love this person, but you didn't, now this person is in the energy of the Queen of Swords, cutthroat. They're not taking no, you know, chances with their heart, but you are in the energy too of the King of Swords. So again, counterparts. This is your person, King and Queen of Swords. So both of you have experienced major betrayals and you're being guided to speak your truth. The Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, or sword energy in general, is air element, and the air element is communication. It's the mind and it's communication. So you're definitely being guided to communicate, which was your major theme. Your major arcana for the eclipse season was justice. By you communicating, this will bring about justice. You need to communicate your truth to bring about divine justice, and then this will bring about your divine abundance, which would be your blessings for being honest, being truthful, being obedient to the divine. Tell me more, please, for Sagittarius. Moving forward now, let's get some advice and a final outcome card. Nine of Wands. The advice is to keep going. So you may be feeling battered right now. You may be feeling wounded, exhausted. It's a wounded warrior card, but this is also a test of resilience. So maintain your resilience. Keep going, Sagittarius. There's been a lot of illusions cast around you with the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Heavy burdens and illusions. And it's all been down to the people that you chose to collaborate with the Three of Pentacles. So now it's time to heal. Heal your mind. Heal from these lies, from the deception. Heal from the manipulation. I'm also seeing this is moon magic. The Magician and the Moon card coming through. So you've been involved in some heavy spell work as well. This spell work was so you would invest in something that was not meant to be invested in. Seven of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. You have love for this person, this fire sign or this Taurus. Ten of Cups. They are your happiness, but for some reason you decided to go in the opposite direction. People pleasing. You're your own person, and this was the message for you in this eclipse season. This was the lesson. If you're your own person, it's your life, which means you need to make decisions for your own life, for your own happiness, for your own long-term happiness. You can't people please and then be upset at the fact that you are waking up depressed or miserable every day because you chose that life. So the lesson for you in this eclipse season, again, needs to be reiterated, is to communicate your truth, to not be manipulated and to not lie, to speak up honestly about your true feelings. This is where the, whoops, throwing the cards. This is where your blessings are. Your blessings are in you communicating your truths, you expressing love towards things that speak to your heart, things that make you happy, to invest in things that speak to your heart and make you happy, not in these deceptive, snaky, sneaky energies. So now Seven of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, Chariot. This Queen of Wands, this fire sign, is now protecting her peace. I feel as though it's like you've been coaxed to treat the person you love really bad. I don't know how your mental state is right now, but that would definitely play on your mental. You're actually harming the person that you love to please people that do not have your interests at heart. That is deep. That is deep. So this person, this Queen of Wands, this fire energy, is moving on, protecting their peace, jumping on their chariot and moving forward. This may have caused a tower moment for you. And this is because you chose to collaborate with some form of toxic family, or listening to toxic family or friends of the family instead of listening to yourself, Sagittarius. So moving forward, the outcome for you, let me know if this resonates, soul fam. Let me know in the comments if this is resonating or this is your story but the roles are reversed. Let me know. We have the King of Pentacles. So now you're stalking this person that you're actually in love with, because you can feel them moving on, moving away from you, because you still haven't spoken up. You won't communicate. And the outcome is divine justice. And what would be the outcome? Divine justice. And remember, that is your major theme for eclipse season, is to bring justice into the situation. And you can't do that if you don't talk up. Outcome, the final card for Sagittarius is the Devil. So it's like you've chosen to be toxic. You chose a toxic lover. You chose to be with this toxic lover. You were impulsive energy, manipulative energy. That's the energy that you've chosen to be in. And as a result, the person that you did love or you did find happiness in has moved on, unfortunately. You chose to breadcrumb them and entertain the devil. Sagittarius, if you'd like to book a personal reading to tap into your personal story a bit deeper, let me know. You can book via the website naturalmiracles.co.uk, or you can just drop me a DM or an email. You were actually involved with a divine feminine. But instead of treating this divine feminine as she's supposed to be treated, you tried to entangle them in a third-party situation with the devil. Book a reading if this is resonating, and we can tap into your personal situation. Yeah, this feminine energy now, who is very intuitive, very caring, very nurturing, doesn't like drama, has chosen to move away from the drama that you chose to be entangled in. All right, Sagittarius, let me know, as I said, if this is your story or if the roles have reversed, if it's flipped roles. Hit that like for me. Hit the follow and subscribe if you haven't already. It's much appreciated. It helps out the channel or the page. And my advice for you is to speak your truth, to communicate your truth, to bring about this divine justice. But I feel for some of you, it may be a little too late. This person has already moved on. They've chosen to love themselves. Yeah. Because you were involved in some sneaky behavior, sneaky people, this person has chosen to walk away with the 8 of Cups. So the lesson for you is that you must speak your truth and to not be entangled in other people's truth. That's their truth, but you have yours. And that truth of theirs wasn't true anyway, because it was just wrapped in a whole heap of deception. 7 of Swords. So this may have left you feeling heartbroken due to the investments that you chose to make. There's a lot of conflict in this situation as well, fighting, all based on the judgment call that you chose to make. All right, Sagittarius, again, let me know if you want to book your personal reading to get some more clarity and guidance on this situation. And I will catch up with you soon. Hit that like, follow and subscribe for me. And yeah, I'll catch up with you soon. You take care, Sagittarius.